Just gonna leave it to check the movement. And what you can see down here is that that's like a city down there. It's an entire settlement. I can see all kinds of buildings, and I can see even the streets, or whatever they are. They appear like a grid, just like you would build streets in a city here on Earth. You can see the red force field, the red band all around it. That's a force field to keep all of the orbs inside the cluster, and it's an electromagnetic force field. And look at all of these lined up on the edge, ready to take off. And you look at the electromagnetic force field there too. And look at that, it's going back the wrong way. And I just set up the camera. So I'm going to try and take a picture of that part. I forgot where the button is. I've never taken a picture of this camera. Can't even find the button. I'll try this one just to see. No, that's not that. Here it is. Okay, it's probably on time delay, but if it clicks, then it'll take a picture. I don't know how I set it up, if it can take a picture or not. I've never taken a picture. I'll have to learn how to do that with this camera because it's got a great zoom and I can use it. This is a very active part right here. I have to hold the camera. Just look at all that right there. And look how it's moving. And look at all those ships along the end that just seem to pop out of nowhere. Look at that, from that bright milky area that is just, I'm gonna fix it. Just look at all those orbs right there. What it looks like to me is they're either fixing something or mining something. This could be a mining operation. Of some sort. But I think they're really trying to fix something. It's something, look at how it's all cut up, like there's been an explosion or something on it right there, and taking a whole chunk out, or else they did that themselves, and that's the way to get inside of it. inside of the big ship. And look at how much movement it's making. I'm not touching the camera now, and it's locked in. Look at that orb. It just moved over from one spot to the other. And see, they don't want to show that. It's so hard to pinpoint it with such high zoom. And look at the jerks that thing is taking. If that was happening here on Earth, all these buildings would fall down all around me, and even the one I'm standing on. Should have brought my other camera, take some still photos, but I'll just concentrate on this now. That'll be there for a while. And that whole area is being obstructed from you, or kind of defended from you. Because when I did some work on the pictures, that whole area was hollow and hollowed out. Like there were some big explosions and did damage, and these things must be fixing it. And that big hole there is where they come in and go out, right from holes like that. And all those are ships right on the edge. Just look. They're all ships on the edge. Orb ships. But it keeps moving out of the way. I'm just going to do this. I'm just in the camera so I can follow it. Looks like a big bump over here. I wasn't there yesterday or the day before. That one right there, that's a big cluster on the whole thing. This one's in the wrong place. They changed all of them. They're not in the same spots. Even this whole thing looks different. There's a big mess in the middle. Right in the middle towards the bottom. And this is the big mess in the middle, but it's too hard to see. See if anything flies off the top that's larger, or the bottom. You can see the red glow of that electromagnetic field. And there's an awful lot of action right in that one area, that station. Just look at all the movement. Every time I want to take a picture of that, they all move the whole thing away. Now I have to go look. Look at that orb right there, all by itself. And look at the ones that are next to it. look at the air. That's the air. Okay, also the moon shape looks very different than last night, the day before, and the day before. It looks very different. Look at that, how it's jerking. I'm not touching the camera, I got my hands in my pockets, so they're just gonna get a swim. But that's just unreal how it's moving. And the whole shape is really way different. It's just amazing how it's moving. I'm just going to lower it down so you can see the whole thing. Coming too far. Even though it's so bright, you can see structures down there beneath that light. They're very faint, but you can see structures as if there's an entire colony on the top of that. And there probably is. It's an ore colony. Look at all these ships lined up and waiting to go. I gotta go run and get my other camera. This one can't pick it up. I mean, all the clouds are moving right behind it. It's just shining so bright, it's taking away from all that's around it. But the entire cloudy sky is all packed with clouds, and I don't know. I don't see the camera picking them up because they're very dark, but there's still a lot of clouds all around this thing. I'm trying to find the right place where I can pick them up. I'll try there. I'm at 36 minutes already. Maybe if I lower it, I can pick up some on top of it. I'm gonna have to do that with the other camera. Right now, what I'm gonna do is get some images up close of all of these orbs. And it's really moving around. Those are all ships, all lined up. And there's some in the glowing part too. They're just hard to see. And this one, right there at the edge, easy to see. It's in the center of the screen. I gotta loosen it up and move it. Right there. Now, it's pretty silly to be denying that this thing is here and that these things are happening. Look at that. Look at the movement. Just the movement alone is I'm lost for words. I don't know. I never saw anything jerk around so much and be called a celestial object. And I know it's not because of the brown dwarf star approaching us, because even that couldn't do it this way, back and forth, and in all the different directions. I'm holding the camera so that I can keep it focused on that, so we can see what the orbs are up to. Well, somebody's either mining this thing or repairing this thing. But whatever's happening, this is not our moon, because this whole thing is in our atmosphere. I gotta take this shot. I wish I had my other camera. There's clouds right behind it. I hope this one picks it up. Maybe if I change the angle or something. The whole sky is gray with clouds. And the whole sky is gray with clouds. There's a complete cover. And I see a cluster on the left side of it, about 20 degrees left. Maybe I'll check that out. I can find it. That's so faint it's hard to pick up. It's another one of those clusters that acts like a star. I'm going to try and get it. Okay, so 43 minutes. It's now the 19th of June, and it must be 20 after or more. It should be 12:40 a.m. by now.